Excursions. Visits to places of mathematical interest can be used of some use. There are a few places which must be visited by every student of mathematics, such as banks, post offices, booking offices, entrance market, action places, shops, big business concerns, big industrial concerns. These visits can be more useful if they are combined with some preparatory and follow-up work. This is not a laboratory aid because it takes the learner outside the four walls of the laboratory. This can help the laboratory work. If the students from the habit of collecting data and material on these visits for later use in laboratory work. Collections. Students should be encouraged to collect data, cutting and materials of mathematical interest. Sometimes there are published very fine graphs in magazines and papers. There are data on percentages, averages, ratios, investments, incomes, wastages, budgeting, etc. The students should be on the lookout for these things so that such collections can add to the bulk of these laboratory materials and helpful to them and to future students. Film strips. Various film strips can be used to give a new color and attraction to different ideas of mathematics. The resourceful teacher can obtain them from the market. The advantage lies in the fact they don't burden the mind, can be shown in of hours and teach subject in an effective manner. The mathematics teacher should seek the cooperation of the science teacher in this in using this aid. A short list and titles of some useful film strips along with brief remarks on them is given below. What is a fraction? It explains the basis concept of a fraction as an equal part of the object. Multiplying fractions by fractions. The film strip gives useful examples of multiplying fractions 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, 1 by 2 into 1 by 4 and 1 by 2 into 1 by 3 with many practice exercises. And percentage in everyday life and measurement graph uses using the bank. It explains various several and functions of a bank and a radio also. It is very useful teaching aid. Broadcasting stations can also help in the if the school possesses a radio set and the stations broadcast programs of mathematical interest. These broadcasts can relate important incidents from the lives of great mathematicians. Some talks by experts can be arranged on the place of mathematics in daily life and in industry and trade. The history of the development of the mathematics can also be a topic, and special emphasis can be laid on the discoveries made by the Indian mathematicians. Similarly, news pertaining to market rates, temperature, and rainfall broadcasts by radio stations can serve as a source of collection of data. Lessons by experts on important topics may also be broadcast from time to time. The television carries a vast scope for delivering good lessons on everyday subject. Its teaching and illustrative potential is immense. It should supplement day-to-day classroom teaching. Some good lessons may be recorded and telecast from year to year. It can provide guidelines to teachers. It has a special appeal for the students. It can bring to the classroom anything which is observable. The things from most distant corner of the universe can also be shown through TV screen. Things of mathematical interest can be located and telecast. Next, some special instruments. The angle mirror is a special instrument. Plane table and aid allied and proportional dividers, hypsometer and clinometer and level, transit, slide rule, calculating machine, and also computer. These are the teaching aids. This is computer. Our high school books now contain a chapter on computer. Every student must be given training in handling it, operating upon it with a reasonable degree of accuracy should become an activity for every student. Um, homemade equipments among the instruments and items of equipments which can be made by the students and teachers may be mentioned here: beads, ball strips, pebbles, number picture cards, almost all the charts, almost all the possible models, blackboard instruments such as rulers, protractors, compasses, etc., and graphs, budgets, etc., plane tables, levels, clinometers, proportional dividers. These can be homemade equipments. But the chief function of the mathematics laboratory to provide stimulating and worthwhile experiences touching mathematics and its applications. The practice of having students spend in time in constructing mathematical equipments is justifiable if it clarifies underlying principles and increases the students' interest, if it makes available such equipments as is otherwise not available, and also if the value of such contribution is at least commensurate with the time and work required for its construction. Thank you very much. This is a lesson. This is for the method class, teaching aids in mathematics. This is, and please listen my lesson and subscribe my YouTube channel also. Thank you very much.